In the club with the lights off, but you acting shy for. Come and show me that you're with it, with it, with it, with it, with it. Stop playing, now you know that I'm with it, with it, with it, with it, with it, with it. But you acting shy.
Hey my Hollywood stars, it's your girl Miss Hollywood, and welcome to my channel Miss Hollywood Forever. Y'all, this was some real good eating. I did sweet and smoky baked chicken, homemade yellow rice, and cabbage. Y'all stay tuned. Hey y'all, so we just gonna jump right into this. Right now you see me cutting up, getting ready to cut up my cabbage. This was, where did I get this from? I think I was at Walmart and I happened to pick it up. Y'all love cabbage. You'll see me use cabbage a lot on this channel. It's a very versatile vegetable that you can cook so many different ways. So what you're going to see me do right here is cut it up, and I like to clean mine under water after I'm cooking it. And y'all, I don't know why in the world I did not put a towel up underneath that cutting board. And I know I need to get a bigger cutting board. I've been saying it for the longest and I haven't done it yet. But I do know the trick of putting the dishcloth under the cutting board. I just didn't do it as well. Right here, I'm just breaking it apart as I'm cooking it. Okay, y'all, so what I'm doing right here is I have one white onion that I'm going to be cutting up. And what you also didn't see me cut up, I did it off camera, was what was I going to say, y'all? I know I cut up some green onions. I did some yellow and red bell peppers, and I actually cut up an orange one. And I added those to my cabbage, but I also added those to my rice. Now what I was doing right there was adding the onions to my pan that I was cooking my cabbage in. I had some bacon already going on low, and I was adding the onions. And like I say, I cut up some green onions, some purple onions, but I didn't, the only peppers and things I added to my cabbage were the red and the orange, I think. And I added the white onion. I'm trying to think. And you'll see what else I've added in the next clip. Y'all, that pepper for some reason was giving me the hardest time, and I think I need to sharpen up my knife because I've used it so much, but I love that knife. That's my favorite chopping knife. So what I did was just cut these peppers in strips. I'm trying to think. I want to say I might have left a couple in strips, and then I cut up a couple. It just depended on what dish I was using it for. Okay, y'all, so what I have right here is in the first pot that I'm stirring, I have green onions, purple onions, some of those yellow bell peppers, some of those red bell peppers. Now, normally, y'all, excuse me, I normally cook with like green bell peppers and stuff, but lately I have really been experiencing with these red, orange, and yellow, and they each have their own distinctive taste, their own sweetness, and things like that, and they're so good. So what I did was I was sauteing these up, and I added a little bit of avocado oil in the bottom of that pan. Now over here, that's where my cabbages are gonna go, and I have onions, some yellow bell pepper, red bell pepper, and some bacon. Y'all, I thought I added some of the orange bell pepper to my cabbage, but I didn't. So it's just yellow, red, onions, and some bacon. And one thing I want to say is when you're sauteing bacon to give your vegetables flavor, make sure you let that bacon get a little crispy, just a little bit crispy, because you want as much of that flavor as you can. Now, this right here is the chicken broth that I'm showing you that I cooked my rice in, and I also cooked my cabbage in. When I tell y'all it was so good, oh my goodness, it was so good. I probably added about a cup and a half to my rice, and probably about a good cup and a half to my cabbage too. You really don't need a lot of liquid when you cook cabbage because it makes its own water. So you'll notice I didn't add anything else to it. Y'all, this rice was delicious. This was my first time attempting to make yellow rice on my own, and it is something that I will definitely do again. Now, I'm adding my freshly chopped and washed cabbage back there, okay? And it doesn't take it any time to wilt down, y'all. It really doesn't. I'm stirring it around. And I seasoned that cabbage. I added some Tony's Creole seasoning. I added some pepper. And I know I added a little bit of powdered chicken bouillon to it too. Y'all, it was so good. Oh my goodness, it was so good. Now what you see right here is with my rice, I added seasonings to that as well. To the broth, I added onion powder, garlic powder. It's this Cajun seasoning I need to add up there. It's got like a jalapeno peppery taste to it. So good. And I added 2 bay leaves into my rice. Y'all, when I tell you that rice, ooh, honey. And I added a little bit of turmeric, probably about a tablespoon of turmeric to give it that yellow flavor. Y'all, that rice was so freaking good, it didn't make sense. I was like, okay, I surprised myself, because that was my first time attempting to cook yellow rice and homemade, and it was delicious. Now, y'all, check this cabbage out. Y'all, look at here. Just look. And like I say, didn't need to add anything else, no water, nothing else to it. It was absolutely delicious like that. That bacon flavor came through. Oh my goodness, it was so good. Y'all, so what I'm doing right here is I cleaned my chicken already. What I'm doing is patting it dry. Whenever you get ready to bake anything, you don't want it to still be wet with water and stuff like that, so you want to try to get as much water off of that as possible. I had already patted the outside, and what I was doing the last part was just patting the bottom of the bowl, because the water likes to the bottom of the bowl or whatever. So I just want to make sure I had it all as dry as possible. The next thing you're going to see me do is add some melted butter to this chicken. Y'all, when I tell you melted butter gives chicken such a wonderful flavor, it keeps it moist. This was salted butter too, by the way. This was a capful of chicken bouillon that I added to it as well. This was McCormick's garlic and herb seasoning. Y'all, I don't know. You gotta have that seasoning sometimes. It's like it just sticks to the bottle it's in. It just acted like it did not want to come out. So eventually I just left it alone. But it is a really good seasoning if you get a chance to get your hand on it. I can't even say I added seasoning, but y'all, there's nothing come out. Let's see. adding is this garlic buttery seasoning by Kinder's. When I tell y'all, it is so good. It is so good on anything. But I probably add about a tablespoon. I'm also adding some chili powder too. Probably about a tablespoon of chili powder as well. I was going for a smoky sweet taste. It was just an experiment. I've never done this. But y'all, when I tell you, it turned out to be delicious. This is also some onion powder. Now, I probably add about, a good tablespoon of onion powder too. It was so good. Oh my goodness, so good. And then I added a little liquid smoke. That's where the smokiness comes from. Very delicious. You don't need a lot of that too. Definitely overdo it. Y'all, that's that Cajun seasoning that I used in my rice. I gotta link that down below. It is so good. I found it at Walmart. I didn't add a lot of that because it does have salt in it, and I was watching it salt. Now I'm adding some fresh ground black pepper, and I added some smoked paprika. Now y'all, I know smoked paprika has a taste like that. It is delicious. You can overuse it, so you have to be careful how much you use. Now, when I was mixing this up, I forgot to add my brown sugar. So off camera, I added about 1/4 cup of brown sugar to my mixture, and that's where the sweet comes in. And while I was mixing it, I was adding, a few peppers and onions. Now, y'all, I don't normally add vegetables whenever I'm mixing, but to me it just seemed like it gave it a good flavor. Make sure when you bake chicken too, it's at room temperature. You do not want to bake old chicken. It just don't turn out right. I added a little bit more chicken seasoning, and I added some garlic. Cause y'all know the girl loves some garlic, and I don't know how in the world. Hey, my Hollywood stars. I hope y'all enjoyed watching this meal as much as I did enjoy cooking it and eating it. Y'all, this was absolutely delicious. And if you try any of these recipes, let me know in the comment box below. And until next time, y'all, stay blessed.